Alright guys, so I just unlocked my steering wheel. I didn't show it though because the battery died. So I'm on my phone right now, so I figured I'd show you guys real quick. So beginning of the step is to leave your two heat shrink wrapped wires down at the passenger side. Then you come take your alligator clips, bring them on up to the battery, and then you put your red first, put your positive onto the positive bolt, put your negative alligator clip onto your negative. Then you come back down to the passenger footwell. First step down here is, let me get this light out of you guys' face. You take your black heat shrink wrap, you take this tab off, then you stick it where this wire is right here, this white wire, but you stick it on the face, open face side, and that's this top left one right here. See that metal right there? That's where you stick the end of this in after you take the black tab off. After you stick that in there, you might have to hold it with your hand. Mine luckily stuck in there and held by itself. Then you take this tab off of the purple heat shrink and you stick it where the green wire is on your black relay. And that was this one right here where this metal piece is. This one didn't have any metal piece in it, so because there's no wire there, but it was the middle right one. This is the white wire right here, and this was the green wire. So your black heat shrink terminal goes here, and your purple heat shrink goes right here. And then after that, you should hear a sound come from up here. It'll go rrrt, and then that's when you know that your steering wheel is now free. So now I can turn my steering wheel a lot farther than when it was locked. It's not giving me any force back upon it. The only force that it's giving me is letting me know that my car is indeed in fact on the ground, and it's hard to turn because the car is not on, so there's no power steering going through it. But it can turn now freely without it locking. And that means that step here for my part B of the manual trans 2004 C5 Corvette lmc5 unlocker is finished. So that lets me know that. So now we're going to move on to the next step in the lmc5 itself to finish that install, because we are now done with this. We unlocked my steering wheel with the lmc5 unlocker, which is these two wires right here and what we did up at the battery. So now let me go unattach these. Sorry I didn't get it on camera for you guys. My camera battery died on me, so now I'm using my phone. But that's how you do it. The directions explain it very well, very detailed, so can't really mess it up too much. It'll gives you pictures as well. So now we are back on to the lmc5 itself, and here is where we stopped on step 3. We just got done with step 3 before we unlocked the steering wheel, and it said if your steering wheel column is locked like mine was, you should unlock it now, and that's what we used the unlocker for just now. And now we are on to step 4. It says reattach all 3 connectors to the BCM, making sure they are firmly seated at the blue tab latches, which are those combs that we took off previously and put back on after we took the wires out and put the lmc5 new wires in. So I'm gonna do that right now. So I got my BCM right here. We're gonna connect all of the 3 connectors back. So I'm gonna do our top to bottom, our large pink one first. I'll show you guys the 3 inserts again one more time. The green at the bottom and the 2 pinks on top. Larger pink, very top, snaps into place. Second piece, or second pink, goes right below that, snaps into place, and lastly your green goes at the bottom. Just like how you took it out, that's how you're going to put it back in. So on your lmc5, this is your ground wire again, like I said previously. This is going to go in this bottom hole right here to ground out. And remember, you have 2 tabs at the top of your BCM that you have to put back in these 2 tabs back here. Before we do that though, I'm going to tape up my black relay because we will not be inserting this back in to the Corvette. This is going to get taped off. This is, the lmc5 is basically eliminating this relay. So we are not going to be putting this back in. So I'm going to tape this off real quick, and then we're going to put it back behind the BCM mount. All right, now that that's taped up, I'm going to put this up here so it's out of the way. Do not connect it back. Leave it out. Now we're going to take our BCM, put it back in its prongs. Now it snaps back into place. So now all we have left to do is reassemble the passenger footwell, and before we do that, we have one more lmc5 wire to connect, which is our ground wire, and that's going down here at the bottom hole of the BCM. So I'll get you guys a closer look at that hole. There's that hole, and we're putting this nut and washer or screw in that hole. So when I bought my kit, I bought the 2 tools, 2 wrenches to put this on. So I'm going to take off my bolt here. It has a small washer on it. Take that off. Put my screw through. I'm gonna put my wire on from my lmc5. And I'm gonna put the little tiny washer that came with it on. That's on. And now my bolt. And tighten that down. Once that hand is hand tight, go on the back of here, hold that down, and we tighten her down.